Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, or if this is your first time here, nice to meet you. So today I'm going to be showing you how I edit the animations for the Infamous Games low poly shooter pack in Unity, of course. I don't know how well this would transfer over into the Unreal side of things, but yeah, let's get right into it. So today I'm going to be editing this gun's animations and all of the animations for it to fit another gun that I want to add, which is the Scorpion EVO. So let's get straight into it. So this rig is a little rig that I kind of Frankensteined together. It serves its purpose and you can animate with it. So I will be providing the file for this in the Infamous Games official Discord server for people that are verified that have purchased this pack, because I don't want to upload this for free for anyone to grab. So make sure you have paid for this pack and are verified in their Discord. I'll have a link to their Discord in the description below, and hopefully the developers will pin the download so you could find it easily. If not, I'm in the Discord. My profile is just nexdev.next, and you can go ahead and ping me and I'll send the file there and there only. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, and hopefully you have this downloaded, everything's working, you can press 0 for the camera, and yeah. So let's get straight into it, I guess. Let's just go over some prerequisites. So this isn't going to be completely free. You're going to need Blender add-on, unfortunately. This is the add-on you're going to need. Link in the description for that. And this is basically just going to let us non-destructively edit animations, and it's just going to simplify the process so much. You could probably still edit the animations without this add-on, but it's not going to be fun. So 28 bucks, one-time purchase. I recommend it. So yeah, so hopefully now that you have this installed, we're actually going to jump right into it for real this time. So once you're in the project, so what you want to do is just make sure you're on the default pose, click this, and we're just going to name this PCH underscore Scorpion EVO underscore idle underscore pose. So whatever gun you're doing, just do that. So make sure you check this shield, and yeah, let's go ahead and grab the animation. So I'm going to save that, and let's go here actually. Get out of play mode. So that's SMG underscore 2. And make sure you grab this one right here. So right click, show and explore, copy that, back into Blender, import FBX, paste that, SMG underscore 2 underscore idle underscore pose, grab the FP one, and things might get a little bit hectic here. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and this is going to import everything into this collection. So just do that, import. Okay. Once you're in this screen, go ahead and press A, select all these keyframes, Control C, and we're just going to hide that. Back into pose mode, Scorpion EVO, go on to the next available keyframe, so keyframe 2, and paste it. So now you can see we have the idle pose here, exactly how it is. And what's cool is we can now edit the idle pose with proper inverse kinematics. So once you have that, I'm just going to set the start to 2. You don't have to look at that jitter every single time. Now, let's get on to the fun part. So I'm going to import the gun model that I have ready. So this is the gun I'm going to be animating. And I'm just gonna turn off auto keyframe, child of, and same thing for this child of. And we're just doing that so everything moves together. And for this one, object constraint, we're gonna do child of armature, ik underscore hand gun. And now you're gonna notice, whoa, he's almost holding it. Just go ahead and zero out the position. And then you can see it's not perfectly aligned, so I'm just gonna manually move it a little bit. It's actually fine. So yeah, you can see here that we almost have it. It actually fits pretty well. I just don't like this. So now we're gonna do some cool little posing. So go ahead and go back into pose mode. Select the action you made, turn on auto keyframe, and let's go ahead and do some editing. So I'm gonna pose this just how I want it to be posed. Maybe something like that. I might actually make the gun a little bit bigger. It feels kind of small. I'm gonna do that real quick. Oh yeah, I like that better. Okay. Back at pose mode. Okay, I like that. Let's check the other side. And I just want to avoid this clipping as much as possible. So you can just grab the digits down, or the fingers down here, and just do slight rotations. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that, honestly. And then, if you want to actually lower it, you can just grab IK gun. Look at that. This is very nice here. So, you can lower it if you want. I do all my offsets in Engine. I use scripts to just override some of the positions. So I just leave everything here, like regarding like the hand position and like rotation. And I just do that in the Unity engine. So I'm not going to worry about like, oh, is this pose perfect? No, I do all posing in Unity. I think it's just a little bit more, I think it's a little bit nicer that way. So now select everything, right click that, go to the next frame, go ahead and just paste it. Cool. Now we have that, and we got a big old mesh in the background. I think that's from the imported rig or the imported animation. We'll just ignore that for now. It's not going to matter. So once we do that, we're ready to actually modify the animation. So here's what we're going to do. So press A, Control C, copy everything, and I'm going to go ahead and import inspect. Here it is. That'll work nicely. Okay. So show and explorer, copy, and copy again. SMG underscore 2 underscore inspect. And once again, press A, copy all that, and then press H. We're just going to hide everything. We're going to delete it later, obviously. I have this weird Blender bug where this just turns gray. Don't know why. Okay, so now you get the idle pose here. Create a new one from that. Call it inspect. Yield it up. And then go to the next available keyframe, paste it in. Now you can see we actually have the animation here, and the camera's animating too. You can kind of tell. All right, so let's go ahead and get this pose on the inspect itself. So this is where that Blender plugin comes in. So copy this pose, go to auto, or not auto, animation layers, turn it on, and just delete everything there. Add two new ones, and then on the base layer, what you're gonna want to do is let's see, change active to inspect. There you go. So once you do that, you should have something like this. Go to anim layer, paste the pose. Let's see. We're gonna paste the pose, I think, whenever it changes. There you go. And now you can see it's our new pose. It's a little bit janky, so just paste it a few times whenever you see that glitch or that jerk. Cool. So you can see this is already pretty good. We just need to make some adjustments here. See the fingers clipping through. So that doesn't really matter until the player can actually see it. So select all, and we're just gonna make a keyframe at the beginning. Okay. So that. So when can the player actually see the fingers? What you can do too is just paste the initial pose again. So if we do this, just select literally all the fingers and stuff. You can copy that pose. Go to the beginning. Copy that. Make sure we have all the fingers. Copy. Or not. I'm not going to worry about that. We'll just do it the manual way. So this keyframe, we'll just kind of adjust the fingers. Be a little bit more fitting. And we'll grab this guy. And let's see. We'll copy this keyframe because we don't want the hand, because right here, the hand is already moving to this pose. So we don't actually want that to move until like right here, until he actually rotates. So we can paste that. And it's kind of almost a seamless transition here, see? So, and the fingers you could do the same thing for, but it technically doesn't matter because you can't see them yet. So I know there was a few keyframes. Let's see. Yeah, let's just adjust this guy. So yeah. So now let's get the end of this animation. So what I just do is copy all the keyframes from the beginning and just put them at the end. Or the pose, actually. You want to make sure you're copying the pose. To do that, you just hover your mouse over the animation window. There we go. And once again, you're going to notice the fingers shifting there. So what we're going to want to do about that is essentially what we did with the hand last time. So right here, it's actually moving to the initial pose. So we just want to copy everything. And right about here, I'd say, is when we want the fingers to reset. So that should minimize some of the shifting a little bit. I think it's the hand too that's the problem. Yeah, so get the hand. Don't start going back to the original position until like this frame or whatever. Maybe even a little bit earlier to avoid that little shift at the end. And it could happen faster. There we go. Cool. This is looking pretty good so far. All right. So I'm thinking that this is pretty close to done. So there is a little bit shifting at the end, but that's going to be so unnoticeable in game. And if it is, it's not going to be too game breaking or anything. So you could always go back and adjust this however you like. So I'm just trying to make this quick because I think we're at 16 minutes already. So, yep. One more time. Okay. So now what you want to do is merge and bake it. So the settings should be fine, but if for some reason it's broken, so what you want to do is make sure this is toggled off, and that should be it. And make sure you select this layer, merge/bake, press OK, and then same thing here, merge/bake. It's going to be a while. There we go. Now go ahead and turn off animation layers, and you're going to see here that boom, it's the animation, but all the keyframes are now modified to be whatever you modified it to be, which is pretty dang neat. If you can essentially animate a lot of different guns this way, just edit the animations, and you can add a lot more guns. So next up, we're going to do the reload, which is a little bit more of a complicated process. So here we go once again. So you want to make a new animation, go back to the idle pose, and just call it _reload. Shield it up, go to keyframe 3, and we got to import now our reload. Import the FBX, copy all those keyframes, and then just hide whatever that garbage is. Okay, so go into keyframe mode, or auto pose mode, or auto keyframe mode. My bad. And you're gonna be like, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see that it's just the default animation. So what you're gonna want to do is turn on auto anim, turn on animation layers, and minus all that, and go to base layer, reload, boom. So process is going to be pretty similar. You can see that the actual reload doesn't start until the 4th keyframe. So we can take the pose here. So once again, select everything here, copy the pose, go to anim layer, and paste the pose. We're just going to paste it for the first few frames. There we go. And once that happens, you're going to notice that the clip gets a little bit changed. So things aren't really matching up here. So how do we do that exactly? So all this animation is going to be pretty simple. all we have to do is modify where he inserts the mag. So let's do that. So from this keyframe to this keyframe, I'm going to say about keyframe 25, we'll insert a new keyframe. And then as he comes back, we're going to find the frame in which the mag gets inserted fully. So here, I want to say keyframe 45 is where the mag is actually inserted into the gun. And I say that because you can see that it does the little jolt right there. So keyframe 45. We're just going to align the hand. Just like that. Very, very simple. See that? Yeah, we'll probably raise him a bit. And you could do some rotations too. There we go. So now, copy the initial pose for that bone. And back here. So you can see it's a little bit slow again. So what you got to do is just make that happen a little bit earlier. Yeah. And what you'll notice is once again, he'll start moving back to this pose a little bit early. So you could technically just copy this frame and he'll start moving around there, but it looks fine either way. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Cool. So once that's done, go to this layer, and let me make sure that our length is good. Yep. So everything's looking fine here. All right. So grab the anim layer, merge bake, merge down, and then just copy my settings here. Press OK. Cool. So if we turn it off now, everything is baked. Very nice. All right, so now we're gonna do the reload empty. So hopefully you're getting good at this by now. And yeah, just grab the idle, copy or duplicate it, reload empty. All right, go to imported rig here, and we're gonna do reload underscore empty here. Copy that, and then hide it. We don't want to see that. All right, then go to keyframe 3, paste, and you're gonna see that we have the full one. And we just gotta adjust our timeline here. There we go. Okay. So you know the drill. Turn on animation layers, minus all that. Base layer, change it to reload empty. There we go. Then anim layer, go back to the second keyframe, copy the pose, and we're just gonna paste this. There we go. And we're essentially gonna repeat the same process for the reload. So I'll just go to frame 25, add a keyframe. And then, was it 45 is what we figured out. So just adjust the hand however you want. Yep, that's fine. And keep in mind, this kind of stuff doesn't matter because the player's not going to see that. So let's just see how it looks so far. There we go. And if you want to adjust where he taps the mag, we can do that too. Well, that's actually already really good. So we're not going to do that. So now let's adjust where he grabs the bolt here. So I'm just going to copy this. And whenever he reaches for it, I'll paste it there. And then, see. Okay, so this is the frame when he has the bolt fully grabbed. So I'm just going to start adjusting it now. See how that looks. And then, okay. Yeah, I think this is fine, honestly. Oh, wait. He wasn't even grabbing the bolt. Okay. Right up here. Let's see how it looks. And keep in mind that this animation's happening so fast in your in-game, so it's not gonna like matter if it's perfect or not. And I know I repeat myself, but I just want to drill it into people's heads that smoke and mirrors. So you can see it works pretty well. Yep. I'm pretty happy with how this is going so far. So let's just see how far down he actually takes it. So yeah, I mean, he goes down a little bit past this, but that's totally fine. Yeah, just gonna do some small. I mean, you could make this go down super far if you want. Just to get a little idea of what you can do with this. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right there for now, honestly. Cool. Yeah. So back to the original pose. And we'll just paste it like you want to paste it to when he's actually grabbing it back again here. So like right here. There we go. Ooh, what is going on? Does not seem right, does it? Nope, still nothing. Not totally sure what's going on here. Maybe we do it at the end first. Yeah, that's the move, I guess. Do it at the end, and then for that hand shifting, we'll do him earlier. Yeah, you can tell that this is honestly pretty seamless. I do want to adjust this hand here. So like I want to have this maybe more aligned. There we go. I like that a little bit better. Yeah. Another look over. Cool. Okay, that looks pretty good. So once again, we're gonna merge it, let it do its thing, turn it off, and now we have almost fully customized animation set. So next we're going to do the aim pose. So idle aim underscore pose shield and import and smg2 underscore aim. And I won't be going over the aim reloads. You can hopefully figure that out by now on your own. But I'll just go to aim pose. Once again, copy that. And then hide it. We don't want to see that. And then just paste it here. And you're going to see it's going to be a little bit wonky. But it'll look fine in Engine. So let's go ahead and do our thing here. Animation layers, base layer. Change this to aim pose. And you're not going to want to copy the entire thing. You only want to do the left hand for this one. So yep, let's just grab the fingers and that, and just Control C that, and we'll just paste it here. There we go. And yeah, that's the aim pose for you. That one's super simple. The aim reloads are going to be the same kind of deal. And if there's really requests for it, I can do the aim reloads as well. But I don't really feel like it. This video is already way too long. So I'm just going to start this on frame 4 and then on frame 6. Okay, grab the top one, merge a bake. Okay. And turn off animation layers. It's pretty chill. So I believe this is all the animations we're going to need. I'm going to go in Engine and I'm going to actually look at it. See if there's any animations we missed. We got the shooting, or not the shooting. Shooting, we're not going to need to adjust. The idle pose, which is the pose right now. The aim pose. And then the reload. And also the reload empty. We don't need to do any of the locomotion. And we did the inspect. Cool. That's all the animations we're going to need for our custom weapon. And now we're going to do some cleanup here. So for this, just go ahead and move it back to 0. We're going to only want 2 keyframes here. So that's optimized. Idle pose, same kind of deal here. We're going to get rid of those 2 frames. Just keep those 2. Oh, that's interesting. Did I grab the wrong frames? I might have. Interesting. Okay, I didn't have all the bones selected. That was my issue there. Select all the bones, delete first 2. There we go. All right, the inspect, just move it over. And we can delete the first 2 keyframes because the animation doesn't actually start until the 3rd keyframe, as if you recall, that's when we started modifying everything. So we can do that, but I honestly think it's totally fine. It's only 2 frames, but if you want max memory optimization, you can do that, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to move everything though to 0. Cool. Reload empty. I'm not totally sure if this step is necessary, but I just do this to have a cleaner Blender file. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Okay, so now go to Outliner, Blender file. We're gonna have a lot of cleaning to do here. So what you want to do is delete all the armatures that you added here. Go to Actions. If you want to modify the additive animations you did, you can keep these, but since we already baked it, it doesn't really matter too much. So go ahead and keep these if you want, but yeah, you can delete them if you want. I'm going to, because I don't want to further modify the animations. I'm happy with how they turned out. And delete armature, blah 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 scene. These are the animations we imported, so we're not going to need that in this file anymore. And yeah, we can delete base layer and delete default pose. But yeah, just make sure that you're saving a backup. So make sure you just, like, when you open this file, do save as, and then call it whatever your gun name is, so you always have like a fresh copy of this file. But I actually forgot to do that, so I'm not going to delete default pose. So armature is fine, and that should be it. We should be ready to export the animation. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna try it in this. I haven't actually tried to do the custom animations in this asset pack. I do it on my own project, but we could try. So I'm just gonna make a new folder, call it custom animations, and I'll just call it Scorpion EVO. And copy that, export LPS character underscore Scorpion underscore EVO. Bake animation, export, and yeah, you'll get a little bit lag spike, but that's okay. And then I want to grab this gun too, and I'm gonna do export FBX, selected, export. Cool. Just gonna refresh that. And if you go to animation here, you should see that we have all our custom animations here in Unity. Oh, Unity. I'm gonna let it do its thing here. There we go. Super laggy. For reference, I have a 3060 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM, Ryzen 7 5800X, and it's doing this shit. So let's see what I can cook here. So I'm gonna grab this, just call it, or not the WEP one. Let's see. Character SMG2 is the one we modified. And we'll just do ch underscore Scorpion. And we'll add the EVO. Cool. Now let's see. So we got the aim pose, inspect, reload, reload empty, and idle pose. That should be all that we need. And then I'm gonna go here to SMG2. I'm gonna enable that. And we're gonna change this to not the web. Let's see. Here we go. Change this to the new one. And then scene. And I'm gonna grab the gun that I made. Where did I import it? Here we go. Just gonna drag it there. Whoops, not that. The model. Drag it to scale. And it's in a pretty wonky position. Still not very good, but whatever. And let's just align it. As close as we can. Okay. And I'm hoping this will work if I disable the renderers. And I'm gonna unpack this, drag the bolt here, the mag here, disable, and let's try it out. Okay, so it kind of worked. So what exactly is our issue here? Well, a few. One, forgot to change the layer to first person view. There we go. So, and we have these random attachments we don't want either. But other than that, second issue, obviously, he is way up here. But you can see though, this worked almost flawlessly. For some reason, things are kind of breaking, but that's okay. So, what is our issue with him jolting up? I can't even switch weapons anymore. Maybe it's because of all this, but let's give this one more shot here. Let's see. We'll know when we hit it. What did they press? You can't shoot anything anymore. Not too sure what's going on. Let's see here. Okay, so I think I know what our issue is. So a lot of the animations in this are dependent on animation events. So what happens is our animations that we add don't actually have any animation events on them. So if we go here, we don't have any of the animation events that Infama Games has. So if we go to smg_2_inspect, I think we're gonna have it. So we're gonna have an animation event here, and we don't have any of that here. So that's probably gonna completely break some of the logic here. So what can we do about that? You can add the animation events. I'm not gonna go in depth with that because I personally don't use this pack's built-in code and whatnot, and you shouldn't either. But if we go just here, you can see that this is looking pretty nice. Aim pose works kind of, and the big takeaway is that everything just kind of works on its own. You can do custom. You probably could do this for this pack and its code specifically, but I'm not going to go into that. Maybe in another video. And you might be wondering, why is the camera jolted up as well? Well, let's look at it. So our biggest op is going to be the root here. So the roots that we have are completely different from the built-in animation roots. I think this is the root right here. Let's see. So this is the root here. It's on the camera. And if we go to the new gun we made, the root gets moved upwards. So what can you do about that? Well, you could make a script that just overrides it to set it back to 0, 0, 0, or just define a custom root pose. You could do that. But other than that, the root pose being weird, that's kind of how you do it. I'll show you guys what this looks like in my own project here. So give me 1 second. Okay, so back here in Unity, and I went ahead and added the gun as a weapon in my project here. So you can see here, everything's working fine. It shoots, it's animated. The custom animations we made working totally fine. Aiming, the inspect. Yeah, everything's working pretty nicely. You might notice right there that there's a little bit of delay with the hand and the mag, and I think that's because I exported the animations at the wrong frame rate here. I think the frame rate you're gonna want to use is I think it's 30, might be 24, but that's all stuff that could be fixed pretty easily. And yeah, I mean, that's honestly it. I did have the same problem here with the gun being really high up. So you can see here that in my project, the camera doesn't move up, but it does move up the arms compared to the normal default guns that come animated, and it does that. And what I do is I have this in my gun data, and essentially what this does is just if you go to the root here, I have this script here that just overrides the position. So you can see here, I just do that. You could do whatever you want to it. So that's how I adjust the actual like view model position, right? So we could go like something wacky, I think. So that's essentially what I do here. Let me grab some more ammo. So if you have that issue, you can do that. But other than that, that's essentially how I add all the custom guns and stuff. I could show you this other gun that I recently added, the EBR. This modifies the AK style animations. So that's what I do there. And let me show you. So I do change the animator. So this animator is the one that comes with the pack, and I just make a new override and I just put in my animations, and it kind of just works pretty well. So yeah, that's about it for this video. This is way too long of a video. I'm gonna try to cut it down, but if you have any questions, feel free to comment or ask me on Discord. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Bye.